Hello, hello. It is day 91 of 365 days of my raw suspending disbelief journey. It is July 22nd, 2024, and today was the Spiral of the Rose podcast launch, and I am beyond excited, all the things. I stayed up until 3 a.m. because I was so excited that I could not stop. And I did not get much sleep. I almost just continued to stay up until 5 when it was going to be released because I had a call I could have popped on, um, run by my mentor, Tonya Mills, in the UK. So for her, it was 10 a.m., but it's at my 3 a.m. And normally I would just totally miss it and catch the replay. And I was tempted. I was tempted to just stay up, go to that call, and then be awake for when the podcast episode's actually released. And then I got practical for a second and was like, I'm going to be a total bitch with my kids tomorrow if I do that. So I went to bed, did the semi-responsible thing, if you can call 3 a.m. responsible. Um, but yeah, it was just so exciting. I am over the moon to have this released, to be not complete, but to have actually kicked off this project that we have been working on for so long, Kelly and Jess and I. I just like for me at least, I can't speak for them, but for me at least, I do not do patience very well. I usually when I come up with a new idea, it is launched within a day or like a week tops. Because that's just how I roll, right? So this being like over a year in the works, um, little pieces of it being brought together at a time, all of that instead of just launching it messy. I mean, we still ended up, we still launched it messy a bit. There were still pieces that, um, you know, we we had it in the works for a long time, but then when I got the nudge that like, okay, we need to release it on this day or right around the same time as Kelly's physical copies of the book that she was a part of were released, it gave us a deadline that was very, very quick coming up. So we didn't have like weeks and weeks and weeks of, okay, this is the date. It was like a week and a half or maybe 2 weeks where it was just like, okay, go time, right? And we just went really hard and um, got it ready to actually be up. And I mean, we've been recording for a while and we've been, all of these things. So we had pieces, um, but it just hadn't all been put together. And it was like, we pulled it off. We suspended disbelief. We made it happen, and it was incredible. And we were so excited. And I know Kelly and myself. I actually don't know if Jess did or not, but I know both Kelly and myself listened to our episodes when we woke up in the morning. Just listening to ourselves on a podcast, which sounds so cheesy, but we were so excited, and we're so proud of it. Really, really happy how it turned out. Really happy how it kicked off and just really looking forward to this new phase in life. And the synchronicities for today were absolutely mind blowing. So we had, um, like I said, I got the nudge that we should release it at the same time as her book launch for the physical copies of her book. And it's a multi-authored book, so not just her book, but everyone who was a part of it. But the one who was in charge of it apparently had specifically scheduled the book launch on the Capricorn full moon, which was yesterday actually. Um, but because the Capricorn full moon is very specifically potent for manifesting things into 3D reality, into the physical. So, um, taking their book that has so far only been digital into physical copies on the Capricorn full moon was just way too perfect, right? So they actually scheduled it like that. And then because we scheduled around that, we ended up also manifesting this thing that we've been working on for the last year and a half almost into reality, right? And it blew my mind when I found out that that was why it was scheduled like that. And all I did was follow the nudge, right? We also found out a little bit later in the day that it was Mary Magdalene Feast Day. And for anyone who has any idea, what when it comes to the Divine Feminine, Path of the Rose, Sophia, Mary Magdalene, like all of these sort of pieces that tie in with the rose. I don't even know what you would call it, like just that's sort of the piece that ties them all together. It ended up being that we launched our podcast, so we did it around the book launch, but it wasn't the same day as the book launch. We did it the next day, which was also like today was the 22nd, so 22, which has been this recurring synchronistic number for me for months now, and for Kelly for the last little while as well. And that was actually a fluke. Like we just set it for the Monday because we were like, we want our episodes to be released on Mondays, not on Sundays. So just went with the flow on that one, right? And it works out perfectly because the 22nd is what we've been calling a sign of your sign. Like 22 with anything lately is just like laughably synchronistic. And then on top of that, to find out that it was Mary Magdalene Feast Day was just like, my mind was blown. The nudge that I got, I had no concept of why it needed to be that day, but we just went with it. We've learned to trust each other's nudges, and so we follow them. And we went really hard to make that happen, and it ended up being so perfect and so synchronized. And I know that Kelly got, I can't remember if it was today or yesterday, but in one of her readings, that in one of her card pulls she was doing, I think for herself, she got the Tower reversed, and we were both just laughing because the Tower is like the breakdown, everything falling apart, whatever, and the Tower reversed is just like the opposite, obviously, right? So we were just laughing at that. It was like big change, like has happened now. It's done. Like things aren't, things aren't falling apart right now. And what was actually really funny was later on during the day, I was watching a Leo reading because I'm Leo, right? And it was I got the Tower, not reversed, but it was with the Chariot, and it was just more like it was clarified by the Chariot, and it was just like big change, big movement, right? Everything is moving forward very quickly right now, and I didn't at all get the sense of like negativity or things falling apart, just drastic change. And which I could have told you, right? Like everything has been pointing towards this launch for some reason is creating drastic change. And I don't know fully what that change is. I'm just trusting. And loving it. I love change, so it's great. And yeah, so just there was so many synchronicities. Everything was really, really perfect. And I'm so excited. I will absolutely link the Spiral of the Rose podcast in the show notes for this episode so that you can all go and check it out. We're very proud of it. So I would love for you to check it out. And if you enjoy it, make sure that you follow it, subscribe, and, comment on our episodes. We love to chat with you guys. And yeah, that is what I've got for you. And I will talk to you all soon. Tomorrow.